What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sanctorum of Spirits. I am Sam Nash Green. I am Scribe of Spirits, or the Scribe of Spirits, if you will. We'll be talking about and reviewing Laphroaig Port and Wine Cask Cairdeas 2020 edition. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Cheers. So, the Ruby Port really does cancel out a lot of that Laphroaig smoke on the aromatics of it, just on the nose. It's there, but it's not as prominent. It's prevalent, but not prominent. It's kind of muted underneath that Ruby Port. You know, if you think of it like a jawbreaker, there's layers and layers and layers. So if you cut it in half, you can see, different layers of the jawbreaker. And that's kind of how I feel about this particular expression of Laphroaig. The Ruby Port coats the smoke, which coats, then the smoke in turn coats some of the, cask maturation flavors. And you've got to, look past that, look through that a little bit to get some of those flavors and some of those aromatics. Luscious red berries, strawberry a little bit. I want to say some raspberry. This is, no, I'm wrong. It's more like a strawberry compote, or like, a strawberry, it's IHOP strawberry maple syrup. Maple syrup. That's what it is. If ever you guys have gone to IHOP on like a Sunday morning for pancakes with your family, you go and there's like the old fashioned, there's like the blueberry, there's the strawberry, and this is like that IHOP old fashioned, or no, the IHOP strawberry pancake syrup. I don't want to call it maple syrup because it's not maple syrup, and it's also packed with sugar. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about whiskey. So let's move on to the palate. Also, look at the color on this. It really gives it a way different hue. It's fantastic, the coloring it gives this. It does give it like a ruby tinge to it, compared to some of the other Laphroaig releases that are much lighter in color. This gives it a ruby tinge, so it's really dark in color. Oh man, the palate is the exact opposite of the nose. That just hits you right up front with smoke and fire and ash and burnt wood. Burnt meat, actually. My father was cooking the other day, and he accidentally overcooked the meat on the grill. He was trying to smoke it, and he left it smoking too long. And it turned to basically like a briquette. So it's like a beef briquette. It's dry, it's charcoal, it's burnt, it's ashy. That's what that tastes like right off the bat. Following that, you get some of the sweet notes from the cask, the vanillas, the caramels. You don't get a whole lot of the Ruby Port on that first sip. Let's go for another one. Definitely on the second sip, you get more of that Ruby Port and the red wine cask, but it's more like, a back note, if you will. Like, I feel like I get it on the front of my palate, but it's like it's a note I get in the back. So, like, it's more of a finishing note than it is, a front note with this one. So, guys, that is the Laphroaig Cairdeas 2020 edition. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. San Shiva.